Of my exposure of more than 50 countries, I did the business more than 30 countries. Whatever I interacted with a lot of intellectuals and philosophers, Indian brains are a beautiful brains. 90% of the brain growth will happen up to 6 years. I want to make my children to be entrepreneurs. I used to tell the children also, don't search for the job, create the jobs.
IndiGlobal Media Network.
Namaskar, hello, and welcome to this special episode of IndiGlobal Talks that brings to you inspiring stories of inspiring individuals. And today we are joined by a special guest who is a visionary entrepreneur turned educationist. With his background in law, international business, and education, under his leadership, the pre-education school has become a trusted name. He is the chairman of Brainy Stars Holistic International School and Montessori. Under his leadership, the Brainy Stars Holistic International School and Montessori has become a trusted name that is imparting value-based education, skill-oriented education right from the childhood. Let us interact with his visionary personality and find out more about the journey and his vision, how he is taking this chain of schools to the next level. Please join me in welcoming Mr. D. Hyder Vali, Chairman of Brainy Stars Holistic International Montessori and School, for joining us.
Namaste, Sudheer sir. IndiGlobal Media Network.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
For inviting me for the interview.
Thanks for your time, sir. Sir, you have an amazing journey from being a lawyer, then you turned into a businessman, then you traveled across the country doing international business, and you found that value in education, which is the best way of giving a holistic development. Can you please take us through your early childhood? Where were you born, brought up, your educational background?
Yeah, I born in Anantapur district, Andhra Pradesh. I born to the very lower middle class parents. I studied in very basic government schools and Telugu medium student.
Okay.
After, because in the early childhood, why I am trusting on the early childhood education also. In my childhood, my father was groomed us to not to tell lies. That is a big character development he has done. And when I was a third standard, when I was studying third standard, I inspired to see the lawyer. I want to become the lawyer in my life. That is my ambition. And after that, life was a lot of struggle. And the Telugu medium student, and when I went to then graduation and law, it was a bit difficult for us. Even though God's grace, I have completed law, and then I practiced as a lawyer in Bangalore High Court. Then I turned to the once I realized that because my father was groomed us not to tell lies. Telling lies is the root cause of the devil actions, because that is the most character development. That is the most important thing in the life. Then I was not satisfied with my career. Then I thought to change my career. How to do, what is the next better and honest business. One of my friend was suggested me the granite exports. Then I was also inspired with the granite exports and the international business. Then I stopped my practicing as a lawyer. Then I turned to the granite exporter to various countries. More than 30 countries I exported, and God was given the opportunity to visit more than 50 countries in the world.
Yeah.
That is what briefly I can say to you. And because for everybody is asking me how you have started the business, I used to tell the people the honesty is the most important, because I have already told you my parents were lower middle class people. Not the my father was excise constable.
Okay.
He was a very honest. He was not earning huge money. Just he want to feed the children is a
Family.
great.
Yeah.
on those days, he is a honest person. He is not a corruptive person. That's why it is a minimal need was fulfilled by him.
Yeah.
And on those days, we never thought because the honesty has taken to me to the heights. Because I was not having a money also. I thought to do the big business. When you are having a good intentions, definitely God is going to be our help. Because for the entrepreneur or for any human being on the earth, if they are honest and hard work, they can do that. I started the business in Bangalore with zero capital because
Okay.
I was not having money because my background is not a wealthy parents.
Yeah.
That's why it was a very hard days. And somehow, because of the honesty wins always. That is what I believe.
So the initial teaching where your father gave honesty, और you come from a humble background, तो सर आपने लॉ किया,
जी
आप बहुत ही हम्बल बैकग्राउंड से आए हुए हैं, लॉ किया, उसके बाद में आप स्टोन बिजनेसमैन, उसके बाद यू हैव ट्रैवल्ड मोर देन 30 कंट्रीज,
more than 50.
more than 50, amazing, more than 50 countries, you got that exposure, and now your institution, BS International School, and also the early Brainy Stars International Montessori are a trusted name. What led you to the transition from an entrepreneur to a educationist?
Because my after because I had a business of the granite exports.
Yeah.
Then I had a software company in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. I had office
Okay.
for the who are selling the Edu software,
Mm-hmm.
educational management, EDMS we call.
Mm-hmm.
That we are selling. One of my area country manager, Mr. Pradeep,
Mm-hmm.
he was told me, sir, you have to come. You will be inspired to see the one school. It is a very good, very nice school.
Okay.
Then I went. I have seen the first time in my life Montessori.
Okay.
There I have seen the children are from 18 months to 6 years. Because the transformation, what it was happened with those children, really I shocked. And how they are very good in academics and leadership, because that is the right age for the nurturing of the human being,
Setting the foundation.
setting the foundation. Because I thought that in India, I never seen this type of dynamic children with this grooming. Because the methodology also, there is no board, there is no blackboard, teacher is not teaching. Whatever I have seen in India, it is only classroom education. At that time, I doesn't know what is Montessori also, frankly
Okay.
speaking.
Yes.
Then I was inspired a lot. This is what it requires for India. Because of my exposure of more than 50 countries, I did the business more than 30 countries. Then I got an inspiration. And I learned several things also. According to my knowledge concern, whatever I interacted with a lot of intellectuals and philosophers, Indian brains are a beautiful brains. It is a very strong and we can do marvelous, we can do wonders. Because when we are going to put the strong foundation, grooming is the key for the success at the early childhood. Unfortunately, we are unable to understand what is the early childhood education. And that I inspired on on May 4th, 2013. Immediately I thought, no, because all the days I used to do the business for the sake of myself and my family, not for the society. Because when I was a child, I used to read the book. That is, in that book, it was mentioned, I will tell you in Telugu, Anni Danala Kanna Vidya Danam Goppadi. It means to say, in all the charities, education charity is a
Greatest. Yeah.
greatest one. जो इंसान के लिए जो चाहिए एजुकेशन, क्योंकि तुम खाना दे पैसा देंगे ये टेम्पररी है, एजुकेशन देने से कई जनरेशन ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो जाएंगे. सिर्फ एक इंसान नहीं होगा, फैमिली होगी, उसका खानदान होगा. दिस ऑल द थिंग्स इज गोइंग टू मेक इट गेट चेंज. इसलिए मैं सोचा आज लग जिंदगी पे है ना, बहुत कुछ घुमा देखा, पैसा भी कमाया, कुछ भी हुआ. देन आई थॉट what I have given back to the society. मैं सोसाइटी के लिए कुछ नहीं किया. हाँ, चैरिटी वो तो यूजुअली. देन आई गॉट इंस्पायर्ड नाउ. नहीं, उस दिन हम डिसाइड किया बचत की जो भी जिंदगी है रेस्ट ऑफ द लाइफ आई वांट टू सैक्रिफाइस टू द एजुकेशन.
Giving back
गिव
to the
इट बैक टू
society.
द सोसाइटी. सोसाइटी को देना इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. ये सोसाइटी हमको दी. इट डजंट मीन आई एम ए कैपेबल गाय, आई एम ओनली इंटेलिजेंट. नो, नथिंग लाइक दैट. आई एम नॉट द हार्ड वर्कर. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मेरे से हार्ड वर्कर बहुत हैं, बहुत इंटेलिजेंट हैं. व्हेन गॉड हैज सेलेक्टेड यू, you should be very thankful to him and give back to the society to bring the families and nurture and bring the transformation in the families. Education is the only key to get the lights in the families, in the houses. Because I know the hardships. My family is also only lower middle class, not the upper middle class or middle class also.
Yeah.
And then I inspired, then I decided on that day, May 4, 2013.
Amazing,
Then
sir.
I started a first school in Bangalore, Jayanagar in 2013, June 13th. That was my first school. I thought that this message has to be spread. Whatever I have seen, it was very much inspired to make our little children, because we have to make them to be leaders. Our punchline is also nurturing leaders. We want leaders, we don't want followers. Through education, we can bring the transformation.
Yeah.
That is what I felt. Then I entered to the education field. That was my inspiration.
Amazing, sir. So basically, through, as you said, जो education का जो दान है, that is the best दान, which is empowering a person and which in turn empowers his family. So, sir, you have this rare blend of international business and also of international exposure of studying things in these 50 plus countries. So you have recently been to Japan also, and you have studied a school there. So I just wanted to know, given your experience and your vision to give out the holistic development skills and education in the schools, what is that unique thing we get to find, or our students get to find in your BS schools and Brainy Stars International Montessori?
देखिए, हमारी जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है, आपको बताया Montessori. It is a hands-on learning, not teaching.
Okay.
Because not teaching, children is having a more brain. They can learn. Our teachers are called the mentors. They are called mentors.
Not teachers.
Because not teachers.
Okay.
Mentors. They have to mend. They have to bring the transformation in the child.
Yeah.
Because with the materials, the children is going to learn at the age of 6 years. Because as for scientific research, it is a 90% of the brain is going to grow. 90% of the brain growth will happen up to 6 years. Because unfortunately, we Indians couldn't able to understand that philosophy. Because when you can take it a Jew community, because they are having a Montessori system, they are having a training system for the children. You take it Zuckerberg, Facebook, and he's a Montessorian. And
Okay.
You take it Microsoft, Bill Gates, he's
Bill
a
Gates.
Montessorian. A lot of complete excellent intellectual people are from the Montessori.
Oh.
That's why we want to make from our Montessori's leaders. That's why, because the children themselves are learning with the practice, where they are active. Because just one, I will give one example to you. In mathematics, in a traditional system, it is only on the board the teacher will write and by heart. And 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D is like that.
Yeah.
But in mathematics in Montessori, it is a 44 materials is there. 256 activities is there. Because the 6-year child can able to recognize the up to 10,000. He know, or the student knows up to 10,000 the value also. That is the great achievement. And after that, we had an international school also up to K-12.
Okay.
Because we are not at all thinking to stop this. Because Montessori with the materials, we are learning up to 6 years. After that, the student is going to come first standard.
Okay.
And there also, the methodology is the same. And we are having a very big specialization. You have told holistic education. The holistic education is going to be, it is not a holistic means, it is a lot of parameters is there. One first parameter is holistic, mind, heart, body. And only not mind, heart is also very important for the education system.
Yeah.
Then we have designed our curriculum in that fashion. We have designed our books on scientific research, on the child psychologists also. A lot of guide they have done,
Yeah.
because we used to take the services from them also. And with this unique thing, the Montessori system. And then when it is going to come to the first standard, and after that, we are having unique things for the education system. I don't believe only marks education system. You also know that.
Yes.
The
Yes. It is the skills.
skills is very important. Today, why you are facing a lot of problem with the unemployment?
Yeah. Because of lack of appropriate skills that is needed in market.
That's what our ambition,
Hmm.
and that's what we are implementing several things.
Yeah.
And we want to give the definition, right definition for the education.
Yeah.
That is what we intend to do.
Great, sir. Sir, I've heard few things about your school, where right from the high school, you are ensuring there is a startup hub. There are a lot of things that are happening in your school, which will be which is aligning with the rapidly evolving ecosystem in this age of technology, especially artificial intelligence. A lot of things are fastly evolving, and I see your Bees International School and Brainy Stars are in alignment with this fast evolving world.
Technology.
Yeah.
Because see, Sudhir, what we are thinking, because the education system, we all Indians are thinking 1835 Macaulay education system.
Yeah.
At that time, before independence, Macaulay was made that system. Still today, we are following the same system, by heart system. Whatever it is there, by heart, mark based system.
Yeah.
That is not right. World is going some other way, and the generation gap is also very big, because previous generation before 2000, after 2000, you take it, it is a big gap is there. For every decade, it is having a big gap for the intelligence, the generation
Yeah.
in the world. Because now we have to teach to the children to compete with the world, 21st century education.
Yeah.
This is a very important. And in this regard, we had a 18 sports in our school, in my school.
Okay.
In BS International School is having a 18 sports. And
Amazing.
the children is having with shooting, fencing, archery, swimming, several things. Because every child is a unique. Every child, the interest is a different. We cannot able to tell them to do only this sport. Okay. All these 18 sports, whichever the child want, they can do it. We are the investor to the children. Whether he is a 12 years boy or 13 years child also, we never mind. We are floating a company.
Yeah.
We want to give the what is the entrepreneurship. Because I was the entrepreneur, I have seen the world, and then I want to make my children to be entrepreneurs. I used to tell the children also, don't search for the job, create the jobs. We are creating the jobs, we are serving the nation.
Yeah.
We all should work towards the nation. We should be, what is the patriotism? Patriotism is serving the nation in so many ways.
Yes.
You can teach, you can make their life, you can create the jobs, and you have to think about our nation. Betterment of the society, we have to make it.
Yeah.
That's what we are going to launch it, and the children is going to get a 49% of the profit. We are going to invest the money. Brainy Star Foundation is the investor and facilitator, and Brain is the children
Of children.
of children. They are the chairman, they are managing director, marketing director, how to do the marketing, what are the funda in this, how to make yourself bright,
Yeah.
become big entrepreneurs. This all the things. Because of that, we are all launching this program in the month of December. इससे क्या होता है, बच्चों में है ना एक अर्न करने की शौक पैदा होती है. 18 years को आएगा, the children will be the self-dependent. I used to tell them also, don't depend on the parent after 18 years.
Yeah.
Because world में सबका हो रहा है.
सबका हो रहा है,
हाँ,
इंडिया में नहीं.
इंडिया में नहीं हो रहा है क्योंकि our mentality is like that. Indian parents what we are thinking, उसको ग्रेजुएशन
Pampering.
कराओ, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन कराओ, दूसरा कराओ, पैसे इन्वेस्ट करो.
Yeah.
और इधर पे हम बोलते हैं तुम कमाओ पढ़ो. You should
Yes.
do the higher studies with your earnings.
Yes.
That is what my motive. You earn 10,000, never mind, but you have to earn from the age of 18 at least.
Yeah.
Because हमारे स्कूल पे हमारी ख्वाहिश भी है, we wished our 13, 14, 15 years children should become an entrepreneurs and they can earn big money also. We are
Yes.
going to set up a factory manufacturing for the drones.
Mhm.
It's a big because nowadays we are having a drone pilot training also.
Amazing.
And we want to create it. 2 hours भी काम करेगा ड्रोन पायलट. उसको है ना पैसे बच्चों को
Yes.
जो ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఫర్ ది ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్.
So that
తెలుగులో ఒకటి
empowerment-
చెప్తారు,
Huh.
విద్య అనేది ఉద్యోగం కోసం కాదు, విజ్ఞానం కోసం. విజ్ఞానం, విజ్డమ్ ఈజ్ ఎ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్.
Yeah.
If you are having a wisdom, you can do any multiple things in the life.
Yes.
If you are not having a wisdom, you are having a only whatever the bookish knowledge. Because of this today generation is a very competitive in the world. Because artificial intelligence, a lot of things are there. Because today for employment also, the people doesn't want your certificate, your marks. They want your wisdom. How you are capable. మీలో కెపాసిటీ ఏముంది, కేపబిలిటీస్ ఏమున్నాయి. దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ది వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్స్ టు లుక్ into the thing according to the because now in America, in US, several places, because now nobody doesn't want certificate. In India also recently I have seen in Honeywell, one of my sister-in-law's son, nephew, he was civil engineer. One day I asked, Honeywell में काम कर रहा हूँ. I thought that because you are a civil engineer, because
That's a tech company.
उनको तो उसको knowledge चाहिए. जो सॉफ्टवेयर उसका प्रोग्राम आता है, तुम्हारा क्वालिफिकेशन पे जो पढ़ा है वो विज्ञान इज ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
Yeah.
दैट इज व्हाट वी आर डूइंग.
Amazing, sir. Sir, अभी इतना कुछ हो रहा है BS International School में and all, and you coming from the humble background, now you are in a position where people take inspiration. You lead your life with that discipline and conviction. We would like to know what would be your message for those teachers or teaching community or parents and also the students who look up to their future. What would be your message?
My message to the students and parents together, and don't tell lies. Telling lies is the root cause of the devil actions. And I request all the students, all the children and parents, this is the most important thing. And be honest and hard work. Because in Japan also, recently last month I have seen, in Japan nobody will tell the lies. They are a very honest people, hard workers. Because of that they came up like anything. In India, I wish all the parents, Indian brains are very powerful brains, and we need a grooming. And my sincere request to the parents, please concentrate on your children. They are the assets of your life. It is not only the children. Don't, because you have to practice the ethics and then you have to teach to the children, because school is going to guide you, but it is a make the practice to the children every day is the parent responsibility. For all the parents of Indian parents, I request, please concentrate on your children and how to nurture them. If you nurture rightly, and according to my knowledge, concern, my exposure, my experiences, and if you work together individually, then within 20 years, within 2 decades, India will become a richest country in the world, because grooming is a very important. That is my message. I sincerely request to the students and the parents to implement and to make our country great, and we have to be, that is our responsibility to the nation. Patriotism is the support to the nation. If we are become, our students become a good leaders, good entrepreneurs to create the jobs, to solve the problems and all those things we have to contribute. That's why I wish you all the best. God bless all of us to make it to happen. Thank you very much.
Amazing, sir. Thank you very much for sharing your journey with us and your insights. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this would be inspired by your talks.
IndiGlobal Media Network, taking innovation, collaboration, and growth to the forefront.